Welcome back to Coffee and Conversation. And as you can see, I have my boy here. He is a little sleepy today. And I think the reason he's been so sleepy lately is because we have less daylight. The nights are longer, and I think he's reacting to it. Regardless, he is a little wet too, because he has been washing himself. So, I'm scratching his back, and I can feel he's been licking himself, which I don't want to discourage, because, in fact, I prefer a clean cat to a dirty one. And yes, I am glad you are paying attention to your personal hygiene. That's a very good trait in a cat. So I'm just glad we've got a couple of minutes with him. I'm not going to be able to get him to turn around and show you his face. Maybe I will. Come on. Look over here. Audie. Nope. Not happening. All right. Well, we've at least gotten a chance to see my little guy. I'm going to put him down and let him go back to his washing, which is usually quite a production. Have you ever watched a cat wash themselves? They will start licking, and within a few seconds, they are gnawing on their fur like it's their mortal enemy. And I shouldn't admit this, but I do love watching him attack whatever speck of dirt he has found in his coat, because it's entertaining. Cats are always entertaining, aren't they, Audie? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, we got a chance to see the green eyes. All right, we're going to take a brief break for the intro, and we'll be right back. So, a couple of things before we get started. One, I decided to let YouTube name this video. So whatever the title is on this video, and I will not know what that title is until I upload it, but good, bad, or indifferent, I'm giving YouTube the opportunity to name the video. They have been asking me to allow them to do this for a while, and I finally decided, yeah, sure, why not? They probably know what they're doing, although, frankly, I've noticed an uptick in the number of clickbaity titles I am getting in that little list of YouTube videos for you. So I do have a concern that it might be clickbaity, and I don't want my videos to turn into one of those clickbait extravaganzas. Because I have clicked on videos like that because they've had very promising titles. Like, a major archaeological mystery has been solved. So, yeah, I'm going to go for that. And it turns out, no, it hasn't. It was just clickbait. And I get very angry, and I end up disliking the video and blocking that channel from my YouTube listings. So I hope that's not what is going to happen here. If it is, of course, I'm not going to try it again, but I thought, yeah, I'll give them a chance. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there are no major car crashes, nobody is naked, and although I am going to show you some underwear, this is not a smut video, no matter what YouTube tells you. If you like YouTube's choice of video names, let me know in the comments. Same thing if you don't like it. If you don't like it, let me know. Because I do think YouTube probably has the experience to do a better job of titling the videos than I do, because they are dealing with millions of videos on an ongoing basis. At any given moment, they are probably naming 1,000 videos. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. This is an experiment, and because I'm hoping this will be a fun little video, it's a fun topic for me, I hope it will be for you, I thought, let's give it a try, because they have been asking me for a while. Okay. So, number 2, we have talked about bras. See, after I said this wasn't naked people or sex or anything like that, I am giving you bras. And I imagine YouTube's algorithm is probably going to use that to come up with a crazy clickbaity title. So if that happens, I deserve what I'm getting. But because we have talked about bras and how to properly measure for a bra in the past, when I came across this bizarre little bit of information just from my own laundry, I decided I ought to share it with you. This is my bra. They are full coverage. I'm an old woman. I want full coverage. I am no longer using those cute little demi bras I was using when I was 18. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but where are we? Right here. It's very tiny, but the size of this bra is 38C. Now, you know what that means if you paid attention when we talked about how to measure for your bra. 38 is the number of inches on your underbust area. That should be the band size. Now, I folded this in half, and I have a tape measure here. So, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I just occurred to me that not everybody is using imperial measurements. So this is in inches. Now, 38. So you know that this is folded in half. This should be 19. And it's not. It's not even 16. It's about 15 and a half. Here, you can see. Now, if I pull this to stretch this as much as I can get it to 17. But I have to work at that. 17 times 2 is 34. This says the band size is 38 inches. That's how the sizing runs. But in fact, it's 4 inches shy of that. And this, as you can see, I know I should be embarrassed, but the fact is this is not a brand new bra. It is relatively new, so it is not stretched out unusually. But you can see from looking at this bra, it has been through the wash several times. Well, a lot of times. It's not new. So you would expect that it has very much stretched out. And that's the best I can get. I measured a brand new bra and it came out to about 31 and a half, not even 32. Now, we've talked about this before. And let me set the bra down. So these are bra extenders. And this is how you solve the problem. Pink, white, beige, black. And they come in different configurations. So, beige, 4 hooks. And you can see that the hooks are here, the eyes are here, 4. This, white, 3. Get another one here. This is a shorter 4 hook. This will give you at most about an inch or so in additional length on that bra band. And I have a bunch of them. I just grabbed a random assortment. Why? Because for me, and crazy as it sounds, this actually works well. I have a broad back, so I can always use a little extra length in the back in order to get what I need. It doesn't work for everyone. The way you use these, and let me see this one. Okay, we've got our little bra extender, and you hook. Actually, you know what? I don't use it like that. The little eye portion, this is where I hook the bra extender in. I just fit it onto the eyes. It's very secure. And then this is where I close the bra. Because, of course, I have 3 sets of eyes, so I can adjust it on the fly if I need to. And this is enough to give me the extra 4 inches that bra promised me but didn't deliver. So you can see. Now, also, there is some stretch in this. Now, the problem I have with this ridiculous bra size nonsense is if you get a bra that should be fitting you on your underbust area and it is several inches too small. This is an area of your body that is right at your rib cage. It's usually an area of your body that doesn't accumulate a great deal of fat right under your bust. And I mean, I suppose for some people it might, but it's been my observation that this is not where you're going to be carrying significant tonnage. And so there's nowhere for that to go because it's right over a bony area of your body, your rib cage. So you put on a bra that has a band that is too small and it is digging into your ribs. It is unpleasant, it is painful, it is difficult. And I wanted to share this with you because, as I say, I became aware of this doing laundry one day when I looked at a bra and said, you know, I'm pretty sure this isn't 38 inches. And I measured, and yeah, it wasn't, not by a long shot. And knowing that this is how we are told to measure for our bras, that bra, by the way, is a Playtex. It's not some weird off-brand. It is one of the biggest bra manufacturers in the United States. And still, the band is a good 4 inches too short. So, like I say, it's not such a big deal for me because I keep these bra extenders, and obviously I keep them in a wide variety of colors and a great many different kinds of hook configurations, and yeah, not everybody does. So not everybody is prepared for this. And even if you are prepared for this, not everybody is built the same way I am. Not everybody wants that extra width in the back. I do. That works for me and my body. But I would also have to say that I do not have a very common body type. Most people don't have a significant difference in the dimensions of their back and their front. I do. But because we've gone through the whole how to measure for your bra in the past, I thought I really need to share this with you folks because there is some sort of weird vanity sizing, and I can only conclude it's vanity sizing, going on with bras. Maybe they think that if, you know, you are actually a 34, that you want to believe you are a 38, although I don't know why they would think that. Hey, I don't make the rules, but there is a significant difference, meaning that if you are bra shopping and you do not have a drawer full of bra extenders in every possible configuration of hooks and every possible color, as I do, you might want to consider whether it might be worth your while to take your underbust measurement and add a couple of inches to it, just to make sure your bra fits you. Because that 38-inch underbust measurement that I have is not conforming to Playtex's version of 38 inches. I probably should have gotten something like a 42, but it wouldn't have fit me correctly in the front. So, yeah. But again, because we've gone over this and because I have discovered this rather massive discrepancy, I thought I would share just to help those of you who might be looking to, resize your bra. As we get older, we end up changing. You know, our bodies change. It's not the same way it used to be when we were younger. And many of us going into, you know, our middle age, post-middle age, we do need to resize our bras. The problem with a situation like this is if you go into a store, and that's what everybody says, go to a good lingerie store and have them measure you, you're going to come up with exactly the same measurement I came up with, which was 38. Then you're going to go to the store, you're going to buy a bra that is 38-inch band size, and it's not going to fit. So I would say just keep that in mind. For me, the bra extenders are the solution. For someone else, it may be just adding 3 or 4 inches to that bandwidth. But do be aware. And I don't know, I might just write Playtex a letter and tell them I am unhappy about this. Not that I really think that's going to do any good, but I'd love to know why they're doing this. Is there a rationale behind it beyond just vanity sizing? Maybe they just think that as women, we want a larger bra size? Come on. But that could be it. So, I wanted to share that with you. Now, on to the actual topic of this video, considering the fact that I've wasted almost 10 minutes babbling about bra sizes and YouTube clickbait titles. We are coming into the time of Black Friday sales. So that, by the way, is why I find this to be a fun video, because, you know, sales shopping, that is my weakness. And I tried this year to plan for the Black Friday sales. Usually I don't do that. I will just, I engage in this futile nonsense of saying, I'm not going to shop, I'm not going to get seduced by the Black Friday sales. Now, it's nonsense because every year we have Black Friday sales. Every year I get seduced by these sales. Every year I end up doing shopping during this period. And I finally, this year, had said, look, let's just accept the fact that you're going to be shopping. It's going to be Black Friday. It's going to be sales. My mother is going to be sitting on my shoulder, screaming in my ear, this is a great sale, don't pass it up. And you know how that goes. So this year, going into Black Friday, I made a list of things and I can't say things I need. I'd like to say things I need because, you know, wants, needs, hard to say. But these are things that I want. Now, historically, I have separated what I want from what I need based on whether or not I have planned the purchase. If I have planned the purchase, whether I want it or need it, I'm calling it a need because I feel better about it. And if it's been an impulse purchase, even if it's something I actually needed, it falls into the want category. Why? Because it was an impulse purchase. So I need to restructure the vocabulary I use in my head to differentiate between wants and needs. So this year I looked at my clothing because clothing is always where they get me. I like shopping for clothing and I do it online. Now, one of the reasons that online shopping is so much more appealing to me than shopping in a store, even though online shopping has its downsides, is because of the way I shop. The internet has spoiled me because it allows me to shop by things like fabric content. And that is my #1 buying criteria, fabric content. I go into a store, the first thing I do is pull the item up and there will be a fabric content tag, usually in the left side seam, although sometimes it's on the back collar of shirts. But left side seam, you'll find a tag, and that's where your fabric information is. That is how I shop. And everything else comes after that. That's the first thing I do. Is one of my preferred fabrics, and I have a very short list of preferred fabrics, but a very long list of fabrics I wish to avoid. So I am accustomed to shopping in this way, and I go into brick and mortar stores, and I will go up to a sales associate and say, "Hi, where do you keep the linen blouses?" Try that sometime. You know what's going to happen? They're going to look at you somewhat confused. And then after a few seconds, they're going to turn around and walk away because they don't organize their items according to fabric content. It's just not part of what's going on. So I find it extremely hard to shop in brick and mortar stores these days because, again, that is my number one selling point. If it's the right material, then I will start looking at things like size and style and color. But the fabric content is the number one thing I look for. So online shopping is much easier for me because I could just go into a search engine, and it can be Google or it can be the search engine within the online retailer's website. That they usually keep their own search engines, and put in things like linen, red, blouse, and see what comes up. And because of this, of course, my shopping is mostly online. I don't really have a great desire to shop in stores anymore because I just can't do it the way that is easiest for me. Now, knowing this, Black Friday's coming up, so I go into my closet and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, what do I need? Now, remember, my idea of need would be most people's idea of want, and if I'm honest, it's my idea of want too. But I go into my closet and say, are there gaps in here? Are there things that I should really get that I feel like I'm missing in my wardrobe? Should I do this? And I will always come up with something because I like shopping and because I think I might have a problem in this area. But yes, I will come up with something. And I come up with a short list of, and I limited myself, and I said I'm going to allow myself to buy 6 items, and they must be on sale. If they're not on sale, if it's not part of the Black Friday sale, oh well. So I did, in fact, already order my 6 items. I don't have any more left over unless one of the items I've already purchased goes back, in which case I can get another. But I found that what that did was it gave me permission to buy things on Black Friday sale. It kept it confined to a certain extent, and it seems to have curbed my tendency to get involved in impulse shopping and buying things I don't really want or need. So I think at that point I've probably beaten my shopping demon back about as far as I can at this point in time. If this is successful, of course, I'm going to try a little harder next time. But when I look at this and try to figure out if this is a viable strategy, so far it works. So over the last couple of years, several pair of shoes that were part of my regular, out in the community shoe stash have moved over to house shoes. I don't buy slippers per se. I just wait until I get a pair of shoes that I'm wearing around the community, and I wait until those start to get a little too worn or tattered or whatever. They're looking shabby, and I no longer want to wear them out in public. They become my house shoes, and I know I like them. I've worn them a lot. They are comfortable, and I know they're serviceable, but it allows me to get more use out of shoes that I'm not going to wear, out where people see me. It's like, oh my gosh, heaven forbid somebody see me in a tatty pair of shoes. But it does allow me to stretch the utility of my shoes a little longer just by relegating them to that house shoe category. And lately, for some reason, I think I know the reason, it has been things like brown slip-ons, brown loafers, or just slip-on shoes. And I realized that at this point, because the shoes I ordered haven't come in yet, at this point, I only have one pair of brown shoes that are available to me to wear out in the community, because all the rest of them have become house shoes, because again, brown shoes, I wear them all the time. So those shoes have just started to hit the end of their life cycle. So I decided I needed, remember, it's really I wanted, but I'm telling myself I needed that because it represents a gap in my wardrobe. I needed a new pair of brown shoes. So that goes on my list. I could look around for a new pair of brown shoes. And I did, in fact, find one, and it was like $21, and that was marked down from $75. My mother on my shoulder is so proud of me for that. But again, mail order, I have to make sure they fit, and if they don't, they are going back. But that was where it started. I looked at this and said, ooh, Black Friday sale, and I can get something that I know I'm going to be able to use. And yes, it's not really a need. I have a lot of shoes. The fact that I don't have a pair of brown slip-ons, what, that's the end of the world? Like I can't wear a pair of black shoes instead? No, I can't. Oh, heaven forbid I wear shoes that don't match my outfit. Oh, God. I can't believe what I'm turning into. And this, maybe it's senility. I haven't been like this in many, many years. I was like this when I was younger. Everything had to be coordinated. I'm getting back to that in my old age, and I'm ashamed of myself for it. Regardless, it's not really a need, but I threw it on my need list, and I was able to do that. That means this purchase, again, assuming it works out, assuming the shoes fit, and they're comfortable and so on, and they look as nice in person as they looked online, that was a good Black Friday purchase because it's something I know I'm going to use. Remember, I've worn all the rest of my brown slip-ons to the point where they're only fit to be useful as around-the-house shoes. And it's a gap. It's a gap in my wardrobe. So if these shoes work out, they will get plenty of use. That will be good. Furthermore, it's like $20-some for a pair of, brown leather loafers. That's not bad. I'm pleased with that. But because I'm me and I am not as responsible as I should be, while I was going through all of these brown shoes that I might want to get, I did come across a pair of black shoes, also on sale. I will say that to placate my mother. And, of course, I bought them too. I do not, in point of fact, need another pair of black, and these were moccasins. I do not need another pair of black moccasins. I already have one pair. I like them very much. I just got another pair. Why? Because they were on sale, and I convinced myself that I really couldn't pass it up. So that one backfired on me a little. Those were 2 of my 6 items. And all I can do is hope that they worked out well and console myself with the fact that both pair of shoes came in at around $65, and that's good. The other thing I was looking at was some sweaters. And I know I am being seriously influenced by the fact that we're moving into colder weather. So I go out, it's a little chilly out, and I think, I need more sweaters. And do I really need more sweaters? Well, I certainly think I do, because it's chilly out. But I did order a few sweaters. Well, 4 sweaters, because obviously 2 pair of shoes. Did I need them? No. Did I want them? Yes. Were they on sale? Yes. Were they good prices? Yes. And that's really not a good enough reason. See, that's the thing. In the final analysis, when push comes to shove, I realize I am making my decisions primarily based on emotional needs, my emotional need to shop. I play games with myself and say, oh, but I need it, but this is important. Yeah, it's not really. However, because I did put this limit on it, and I'm sorry, I should mention also, I put a dollar limit on it. I allowed myself 6 items, but I promised myself that the combined total would not go over $300, and it hasn't. I've stayed well below that, so I can feel a little good about it. But this is a new thing I'm experimenting with. Will I be able to find a way to placate my need to shop, especially when there's a good sale, by putting some structure on it, by saying, this is the number of items you can get, this is the amount of money you can spend. You cannot get duplicates, but I did. Remember, that pair of new black moccasins that are coming in, that's the 2nd pair of black moccasins. So do I need that? No. Is it a duplicate? Yes. It's not an exact duplicate, of course, but close enough. So I broke one of the rules, so I cheated a little there. But I wasn't going to allow myself, for example, to go out and get a sweater in a style or color I already had. And I was pretty successful with that. But once again, because none of this stuff has come in, I don't know how much of it I am keeping. Oh, and by the way, I will show you everything I got once I decide how much is staying. Because remember I said there were downsides to online shopping? Well, that is one of them. You don't, all right, here we go. You don't necessarily know if the items you buy are going to be as nice in person as they were on the website, or if they are going to fit you. Because, again, bras are 4 inches off, thank you very much. And no matter how carefully I try to measure things, am I always going to be able to go on target? The shoes I have more confidence in because I bought them from companies I buy shoes from regularly, so I know my sizes with those particular brands, and I have a little more faith in that. But as for everything else, not so much. We will see. But that is what I tried as sort of my Black Friday not going crazy strategy. We'll see how well this works, because the truth of the matter is I can justify every purchase I make, including 4 sweaters that I probably don't need, because after all, I am filming 4 videos every week, and it would be nice if I changed my sweater every once in a while so you folks don't have to look at the same thing over and over again. See, I can use you to justify my vices. Ooh, that is so shameless. That really is. But I think it might be an effective strategy. I don't know. Time will tell. And remember, we're not at the end of Black Friday yet. I've still got another, week or so to struggle through this and not buy anything else. So maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But again, it was just something I wanted to share with you because it might work for some of you. Also, obviously, if you have strategies for keeping your own purchasing in line, do share them in the comments, because I would love it if our viewers could get some input, but I would also love it if I could find some better strategies too, because even though I think my strategies are working just fine for me, I could be kidding myself. All right, that is what I have for you today. I'm sure we have gone well over time, and I do apologize for that. But thank you so much for being with me. I hope to see you again next time. We're going to take a look at a slideshow on our way out. And as always, have a terrific day.